Let go of negativity. Don't indulge yourself in the negative aspects of the things that you're trying to attract. Don't indulge yourself in the feeling that revolves around negativity such as fear, anger, and other negative feelings. But the question here is how? I bet you have been hearing these statements which order you to not indulge in negativity and just stay away from it. But have you ever had a question about how can one actually do it? How can one separate oneself from negativity when the negativity seems to be embedded within every part of a being? I know many people watching my videos have trouble in dealing with all the negative situations and emotions. Maybe for a certain time people do successfully remove that negativity from their life. But after that certain, while that negativity flows back with the intention of destroying everything that they tried so hard to build. So in today's video, we are going to be discussing about how consciously we can tackle negativity so that we can manifest without any barriers in between. But firstly, hello and welcome back to my new video. If you are new to my channel, hello. So without further ado, let's get started. Firstly, let's start with where we get these negative feelings from. So if we are to talk about the origin of negative feelings in our behavior, then it starts from the early childhood. The thing is, we have been programmed in that way. We have been programmed to react in a certain way when something different is happening in our life, or better, when some changes are happening in our life. How we are programmed is that we are firstly told to examine that situation thoroughly before entering it. And if we see anything that might lead us to any difficulties, then we are to just stop that thing from happening. And this is exactly what happens for not only one particular change happening in somebody's life, but every change that is happening in one's life. Because of this one behavior that is built inside us, we tend to be lazy. When we try to get out of the laziness, that is where the feeling of fear, the feeling of anger, and also the feeling of resentments comes forward. Basically what these are is that it is our inner instinct that is telling us to stop this change from happening. Now, how can we stop this behavior of ours to constantly bring up this old habit of not letting any changes happen in our life? The best solution to tackle this problem is to confront these problems. I know this sounds a bit tricky, but let me explain it. See, what we all have been doing till now is we have been ignoring our negativity. Oftentimes, when we are told to not indulge in negativity, we simply switch off the negativity switch in our head for some time, that is, we ignore it. But did you know that it is not how we should be dealing with negativity? So, what is the alternative to it? How to actually treat it if not by ignoring it? So, the solution is that we have to firstly acknowledge our fears, our anger issues, or our jealousy issues. Basically, we have to face our negativity. Like for example, if you are trying to attract abundance and prosperity into your life, then you cannot just sit back and affirm and switch off that negative switch which is constantly giving you signals of various negativity related to your desire of having more abundance and prosperity. What we have to do instead is face those negativity or fears. If your fear is that money is hard to make, then you have to face that fear. You have to confront and know the root of where that fear is coming from. So the first question you are to ask once you have faced any negativity is, where did that negativity or fear begin? Was it when your parents told you that money is hard to make? Or is it that you saw somebody else struggling to make money in their life? You have to know the root of it. And when you know the root of it, you can consciously start to make changes into your life. Another example of this is being into a relationship. I have seen many people even try spells to bring their potential partner into their life, which I don't think is the best way to be in a relationship. But you know what the alternative of spells can be? Yes, the alternative can be the law of attraction. Instead of trying spells to force that relationship into your life, what you can do is you can try manifesting that relationship into your life. And yes, here too, obviously when you try to apply the law of attraction, the negativity swarms in. So from the previous example of what we understood, tell what we should do when that negativity swarms in. Yes, face those negativities rather than running away from it. The thing is, when you stand in front of the fear that is stopping you from getting to your desired outcome, you can completely understand how your inner self is working towards different energies. Once you know that you can speak out to your problems, you will not have any difficulties in reaching your destination. That is why find the root of every negativity that you face. If you have negative feelings of getting into a relationship, then find where that negativity is generating from. Once you have found the root, you can consciously try to replace that situation with something positive. For example, if the root of your problem is that you have seen your parents fight a lot, then you can consciously add in positive scenarios or positive feelings to those past situations, or the best, you can even pick out only the positive things that happened from that situation, rather than taking negative things into consideration. Now, Eckhart Tolle gave the best possible solution to tackle any addictions or negativities at the moment when you are face to face with the negativity. So, to understand it, let's take the example of addiction. When someone is addicted to something, there is the inside urge of constantly trying to get that thing. Like for people who are suffering from food addiction, mostly people with food addiction gets that inner urge of eating several times a day. Now, a question lies on how to tackle this. The best way Eckhart Tolle gave us is to give our inner urges some time. Like if someone is suffering with food addiction, then once that urge of eating comes from within, the person is to give their body some time to observe that feeling, to observe that urge. Not too much time at first, because when they try to tackle those addictions, it is a bit hard to pause that feeling for a longer period of time. So they are to give it some time, like 2 minutes or about 5 minutes before eating something. What this does is that those 2 minutes or 5 minutes given by the person helps them to play around with the feelings that they are having. By doing this, they brought time to understand what they are actually going through and to also understand the actual root of the problem. Maybe after those 2 minutes and or 5 minutes that they gave themselves, the urge might stop. But maybe in some extreme cases, the urge would be still there. Now, this does not mean that the person suffering from food addiction will stop right at the moment and leave this technique of facing with their problems. What they will do instead is keep up with the consistency. Maybe for the first time, if they try to give about 2 minutes before they had their urge consume them, then the next time they are to give 5 minutes for their urge to completely set in. And even if it does not work, then the next time they are to give about 10 minutes, or if that is too much, then 7 minutes for their urge to set in. That is how it should be done. The similar thing goes with the negative feelings that we face on a daily basis. If we are conscious of our ideas, that is, if we are conscious of our thought process, then we can do this very easily. It's just the matter of fact that once we know when the negativity is kicking in, we can put hold on that negativity for a while and then start examining every possible feeling that is coming forward. That is how we can get to the root of the negativity and replace it with something new, not all at once, but maybe gradually, one at a time. Alright, so that is all for today. If you like this video, then do not forget to check out this channel for more contents like this. I post everything interesting for you to witness and grab knowledge. Therefore, do not miss out on anything posted in the channel. By saying this, we have come to the end of this video. If you have come this far, I thank you for listening to me. If you liked this video, press that like button down below and share it with your friends and family. It would mean a lot to me if you even subscribe to my channel for more contents like this. Thank you.